everybody is replaceable.
Yes.
I'm not going to stay there, but I just want to add to that. A very good friend of mine
Testing.
that I know most of you know, Mother Ruth Langston. She told me one time, she was trying to give me to slow down about something. And she said, Lola, she said, you better slow down. She said, the Lord dealt with me one day when I was in the airplane. She said, she looked out of the airplane window, and she said, the Lord said, now you up here in this plane, a long way from everything. She said, but the postman is yet delivering the mail. And the fireman is yet putting out fires. And everything that was going on before you got on this plane is still going on now. So I suggest you take a break, because the truth of the matter is, when you gone, I had some close calls, but I didn't die. But when I was trying to die, when I made an attempt to try to die, there were folk at the Lily trying to do my job, trying to take it over. Because you are not irreplaceable. They might not do it like you do it, but they gonna keep cracking at it until they get it right. Okay? So get that out of your mind. So let me go back to the other thing, because we're going to wrap this second half up. Bishop say stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. You can't do everything. You cannot be the greeter, the usher, the hospitality, the evangelist board president, the pastor's aide. You can't be everything. Just because you're a good worker, learn how to assist somebody without taking it over. Because number one, it always looks easier to do when you're not the one doing it. I can stand here and tell Pastor Nate, I've had a father who was a pastor. I've had a brother who was a pastor. I can stand right here and look at some of the things that Pastor Nathan do, and I can say, woo, I wouldn't do that like that. I'd do such thing. Oh, I wouldn't do that. I'd do such thing. But when I became the pastor of the same people with the same personalities, I would probably do everything he did. Because the job always looks easier when you are not responsible for it. You don't know what you would do if you haven't come across that yet. Let me sidebar for a minute. That's why I get upset with people when they can't forgive folk for sinning or for doing certain things. You should have known better than to fool with that Negro. Look, ain't nobody talking to you. So it's easy for you to say, I should have known better, because the opportunity has not presented itself. Sometimes when the same opportunity presents itself, you flunk too. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Do what God told you to do, and just respond in the ways that God tells you to respond. I'm going to do this quickly because I want to do at least one exercise. All right. Again, I want to say again, there is such value in self-control. Self-control as a leader is everything. When you blow it, I call it blow it. Because when you go off, I hate public scenes. Never believed in them, don't like them. Even when I had a singing group, I recorded a couple of albums. In my group, they knew that one of the foundation rules of the group, they knew if you make a scene at one musical, you are out of the group. I meant that thing. Because they were not going to say that girl over there or so-and-so and so. They're going to say, that girl, did you see that girl in Lola Holman and Company? She really cut up. And I had some people I had to set that ground room for, because they was dealing with some domestic issues with boyfriends and all that kind of stuff. We was going to places and they was cutting up, you know. And I don't believe in public scenes. I never believed in them. Leaders It is so immature. It is so immature. And leading is only for mature people. But it is a very immature act to make a public scene. I don't care how upset you are. There will be a time. Take them over to the side. Get them in another room. Sometimes it's better to wait to a whole nother day. God waited to the cool of the evening. Come on now. Sometimes you got to wait. We were on a call not long ago, on a conference call with in a really hot staff meeting. And it got hot. Got real hot. And I'm dumb. I'm silent now. I'm through. I'm not talking no more because I'm not finna argue. I'm done. I said what I'm going to say, and now I'm done. And they confronted me later, said, well, you got out the conversation to say nothing. No, I didn't. It was best for me not to talk. Because I don't want to say stuff that I got to go back and repent for. Don't put me on the altar. Don't do that. And I feel myself going there. Because we all have a defensive mechanism in us that will defend ourselves when we believe that we're right about something. And people we all have triggers. And people will learn what your trigger is. And if you let them know what your trigger is, they will get you every time. Be very careful. They will. They will try to do it every time. I think I might have told y'all this before. When I was doing psychology and we were doing the children, they said, you know how little kids, you could be playing with a baby and a baby will poke you in the eye. They'll just poke you in the eye and you go, woo. And then they'll poke you again, woo. They're not poking you to hurt you. They don't even know that the poke in the eye hurts. They're doing it because of your response. Oh, ooh, boom, ooh. And that's the way some of the church people do. Boom, ooh, oh, let me do that. Just because you jumped, I'm going to do it again. So be careful. Self-control is so, so important. The ability to control oneself in peculiar situations. Watch your emotions. Don't let your emotions get out of control. Okay? Be careful. Be very careful. This is living waters. This is not Dead Sea Church. This is Living Waters Church. Did everybody come to Living Waters? Let them come back. You can give a memorable impression in people's life when they see you right, when they see excellence. They want to see. I'm so impressed by the hospitality, by the smiles. It's just been beautiful. You know, last night and today has just been totally awesome. And it was awesome the last time we came. But something about this, I don't know whether it was a remodel or what. It's just like ridiculously. Everybody's just so nice and so friendly. And I love it. I love it. Because this is how we draw people. Before they ever hear the word. They got to go through all of those people before they get at the door. If they hit havoc in the parking lot, it's over.
That's right.
If the ushers are nasty, it's over. People can come in a bad mood. I heard the message preached before. They say the usher has the ability to stop it at the door.
Yep. Right. Wow.
All you got to do is get a right smile at the right time. You'll stop that attitude at the door.
That's good. That's good.
Wow.
Very careful. Self-control is everything for a leader. When the people see you clown, you lose all of your influence. And I don't care how many times you've done good, when you mess up, everybody remembers the mess up.
They do.
That's right. That's right.
you think she's nice, but I remember when. For real? That's all you know about me? Really? All that good stuff I did. I've been helping you. I've been feeding your family. And all this other stuff. I went off that one time. That's what you remember about me?
Right.
That's what people do. That's how they do. I was over there cutting stuff out. Okay, I want to do a skit in just a minute. But again, watch your self-control because it is imperative that leaders who do not do right, he was going, I'm glad you already dealt with the paid salary people versus the volunteers, so I'm not going to get into that. But most of us in the church are volunteers. Okay, we work because we want to work, and we work another job because we need money. Okay, so we are and I've been on both sides of the fence. I've had some time when I was able to be paid. I've had times when the church didn't have the money no more and I wasn't paid no more. I had to do my same job to the same magnitude, to the same effect. Same attitude, same personality. And say, Lord, I thank you for the days they could give me a couple of dollars. It wasn't a whole lot of dollars anyway. But you know, that in-between money always help out a little bit.
Absolutely.
It didn't last long, but I tell you what, it was good while it lasted. Thank you, Jesus.
Right.
And it's over, and so we keep going. And we still work like it never came. It's okay. Okay, but what I'm saying is that it's important for us to discipline. Jim Rohn said this, affirmation without discipline is the beginning of delusion. Affirmation without discipline is the beginning of delusion. So if I'm always telling you, good job, oh, you did a good job, oh, you did a good job, and you start going against protocol and doing things you know you're not supposed to do, out of the order and out of line for leadership, and I don't discipline you, then I'm teaching you a delusional act. I'm teaching you that you're still doing a good job because I'm not correcting what you did wrong. What's wrong with us? One of the things that's wrong with us is we've been taught that confrontation is always negative. That's not true. Confrontation is not always negative behavior. There is a statement I had I wanted to be sure I didn't forget to make. We always want God to fix what we don't want to face.
My God.
That's true.
Wow.
Lord,
Fix it, right?
fix it.
Because I don't want to face it.
Fix them, fix it. Because I don't want to deal with it.
Right.
Some things you have to face in order for them to be fixed.
Good. That's good.
Because that's how you recognize, you're recognizing there is an issue that needs to be dealt with. You have to confront the issue.
That's right.
Don't allow people to just think everything is all right and you in a corner saying, oh, God, please fix it because I can't take this too much longer. No, I need to confront you and let you know you're causing havoc in this group. Uh-oh. All right, we're going to do a thing in just a second. One more thing I want to say just before we do this skit. The pastor has given you an assignment, and you always have to keep going back to him for what you need to do next. You are not a leader. If the pastor has to micromanage your group, you are not helping.
Well, that's great. Hallelujah.
What is the purpose of assignments in groups, and you all doing this, if it's not for the benefit of the ministry and to lighten the load of the pastor. Do you really know what the pastor's job is? Somebody want to help me out? Besides the sacerdotal services, do you know what they are? Say the word. Okay, you're saying shepherd, to be the shepherd over the flock. How does he do that? Good. He is the shepherd. He's definitely the lead shepherd, the only shepherd. Clear that. He's counseling. He's supposed to do counseling. He's supposed to feed the flock what? The word of God. All right. Assisting funerals. Come on, that's the duties. Funerals, hospital visits. Anybody else? Anything else? Baptisms, weddings. Come on. We taking, Baby dedications, christenings. We really narrowing this job down here. Come on now, we bringing it back to what he's supposed to be doing. Everything else is our request. Shepherding includes preparing a fresh word for the flock. That is his job, to prepare a fresh word for the flock. It is not his job to figure out, oh God, where's the finances coming from? It is not his job to go out and find sheep. It is the job of sheep to go get sheep and bring them back. We're the ones that's supposed to go out and encourage people to join our ministry. Amen? I tell folk all the time, that's why when you go to Denny's, you can't sit up at the table and say all the negative stuff that happened at your church that Sunday morning. Church is over and you at Denny's, but do you know you witnessing to those waitresses? Every time they come by your table and you talking about, yeah, sister so-and-so ain't no good. Then you got them folk that ain't never been to church or won't go to church, and they say, that's why I don't go to church. That ain't why you don't go to church. You don't go to church because you don't want to go to church. Don't start all that. I don't go to church because it's hypocrites in church. It's hypocrites everywhere you go. You don't quit your job. They talk about you at your job, you still go to work. Why? Because I want my paycheck. Come on now. Be mad when you leave on Friday, exhausted, just furious. You know you got to deal with Mary Sue on on Monday morning. You get up, you put your clothes on, and you go right on to that job. And hope you have a good day. But you don't stop because of the people. You keep right on working. You keep right on pushing. Amen? I want to do something real quick, and again, I'm going to need some help up here. I want about 5 people, because we finna have a business meeting. All right now. Give me 5 people. Then I want one person. I want one person to be the distractor. We can actually use this table. Yeah, Jim, come get my stuff.
So you want to move the table?
Yeah, we could just move it out and let everybody sit at the business meeting. People can come to the table.
All right now.
Right.
Yeah, you can take all of this. Oh, Toddy, come get this. Oh, okay. Yeah, come on. Come on around. Get to a chair. Come on around the table. Let's join the meeting. Let's join the meeting. Get a chair. Yeah. Everybody, we all at the meeting. What committee are we? What committee we going to be? Y'all give me a name of committee. Anybody? The youth department. All right, this is the youth department.
Everybody fine.
And we came in here to plan some activities for the young people.
Right.
Okay, give me another. One more. Yeah.
You got it, Ron?
Okay. You all, come on. I need one more person. I need two people in these seats. Come on. And unless I get a distractor, I'll be the distractor.
He volunteered to distract.
Oh, you gonna be the distractor? Yeah. Oh, good. Okay, go back. Give me one more person at the table. He gonna come take a seat. Okay, so the meeting is in session. Now, when you come, you coming with an attitude. Okay. Now, I'm actually gonna let you work your own lingo. And you're gonna need somebody. You look like you kind of get it together. Okay.
What? We talking?
Okay. This is the youth committee. Y'all just act like we're in a meeting. Right. Y'all been here for 20 minutes talking anyway. He coming in late.
So what suggestions do you have, my brother? That's a distraction. All right. Go ahead.
This weekend, brother, could you do some text messages out to you? That's a great idea. Let's get a brother in. Some outreach, maybe get some other kids from other churches to go to the.
No, we don't hear from other churches.
Don't we want fellowship with the
No.
churches in the area?
Love
Not my heart.
You don't know how to be a distraction no more.
Okay, let's go here. Let's go. Stay here. Because this audience is finna critique some of the stuff that just happened. Okay? All right. First of all, the meeting was already going. They were already on the subject matter. They were setting up a shut-in, and they were going to put out flyers and invite other people. Their goal was to expand attendance. And Brother Man comes in, gum popping Brother Man, comes in late. So what are the things we recognize that he did when he came in? His posture. His posture said, I don't want to be here.
That's right.
He had no notes.
He wasn't trying to take no notes. Now let me go back. We got to critique sister over here too, though. What did sister say that took her out of character for 1 second? She said, gum popping brother just came in here. Okay? Okay. Yeah. Okay, what else did he do wrong? Something that people always do. No, I'm opposing everything you want to do, but I have no idea. I have no suggestion. Look, don't complain if you don't have a remedy. Don't complain if you don't have a suggestion. This young man who represents Show Enough, the youth department, Show Enough, says, well, we're just trying to expand attendance. And we're working very hard. And that was the goal. He reminded him of the goal of the meeting. But he maintains his consistent behavior of negativity, this may have been overpronounced, but this is real. This is the kind of stuff we deal with. Yes.
I was going to say the young man here, one of the other things that I noticed is that when he was, acting up, he didn't cuss him out.
Right. Right.
We know that happened. He didn't cuss him out. I mean, just, because when we're out in the world, not in service on Sunday, that character that we sometimes have, it doesn't show up in here.
Right.
Sometimes.
Wow.
But out there, and so periodically a situation will kind of present itself, and then you'll hear the part, "Ooh, man, I'm good."
Yeah.
And so that's why we have to be careful how we handle ourselves, how we conduct ourselves, especially as believers. So true.
And one of the things I want to commend is that y'all didn't feed into him to the point where you lost the whole meeting. Because sometimes we get upset and we just lose our focus. And we like, man, what you coming here with all that for? Da, 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 da. He pretty much was ignored. And had this gone on further, he probably would have just left the meeting. And then we could have had ice cream and cake and been glad because he left, right? He probably would have just left the meeting. But thank you so much for being the distractor today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This works in every single department. And we want to stay with our 30 minutes, so let me just say this. When you're having meetings or when you're just a leader, period, follow these 4 steps. Be steady and consistent and firm. Stay firm. Stay firm. Don't change because everybody around you changes. Stay true to who you are. I'm going to put that in my notes.
Right.
Be steady. Acknowledge the feelings of the individual. When possible. If you can, somebody might have said, brother, have a seat. Are you having a bad day? You okay today? Sometimes people just need, we are in the situation of a mental health age. And we don't know, sometimes, I know there are a couple of people at the Lily. I don't know what to say to them. I don't speak to them first. I let them speak to me first. So I'll know who I'm talking to that day. You don't know who you're going to get that day. Sometimes you got to let other folks start talking first. Because we have some mental health issues in the church. Guess what? You can't put them all out of the auxiliaries. Uh-oh. And a lot of them are leaders. Because we still trying to pray everything off. Instead of just taking our medicine.
Right? Feel for that, right.
We still trying to take everything off. Okay, I'm not going to say it. Address the disruption directly. Because sometimes when a leader's in place and they're having a meeting, it's okay to say, we're going to let you speak again in the next meeting because what we need is for you to come back with some ideas. That's going to be your assignment for this group. We need you to go. And we're going to hold down to our ideas. But when we leave the meeting today, we want you to go home, jot down some ideas you think that would be better for us than the ideas that we have and bring them back to the next meeting. Okay? Be specific about the behavior and let them know what you're doing is disrupting us. And there's so many ways to disrupt. You can disrupt your posture says everything.
Right.
Just the fact that he came in and slouched down in the chair and said, I don't want to be here. My kind of personality, my character said, you don't want to be here and I don't want you here. But I can't say that. That's my personality. You don't want to be here, get out. Go home. Come back next time. Would you like throw it at you. You don't. I guess you got to be careful. But be careful. Be careful. I think I've just kind of jumped all over this page because I was trying to keep us in our 30-minute time frame. But please, everybody, cherish the fact that you've been assigned to leadership. Amen. It is an honor. It is an honor to be a leader. Let me tell you something. It is an honor to follow a leader. If you don't hold the role of the president or the vice president, it is an honor to follow the leader because you make the dream work. I told you in the beginning, if this is the head, this head ain't going nowhere without no legs. You're the legs and you're the arms of the ministry. You got to make things happen. You got to make it do what it do. That's right. Bishop said he would say something. I grabbed it. That was my job. To grab what he says and make it happen. Because he's the visionary. He gives the what. And then we work on the how. We work on the how. You make it happen. You make it happen. The members make it happen. That's right. That's so important. There's no job too small. There's no position, whether you're on the ministry side or whether you're on the regular side. The president of the teapot ain't no more valuable than the usher. Nobody's value changes. We're all on the same playing level here. Stop making one ministry so much greater than the other. We all need each other, and it takes everybody to make it work. Huh? Your hands don't need to. Everybody needs to do it together in order to make it work. In order to make the dream happen, to make it come through, it takes everybody working together in their own way. Amen? Amen. And working with Richard. Richard, I'm just going to stop and give it to you because we keep going. Yes, questions?
Quick question.
Yeah.
So, first, one of a big challenge that we have faced with regard to the inner working parts of our ministry is, for me, that is that when if Pastor gives us a vision for what it is that we're supposed to do, and once he gives the vision, and for me, I work with youth, I'm in media, so I'm going to make sure everybody knows what his working parts are. I just put it out there that what it is that Pastor said we're going to do. Then to make those things happen, there are other working parts. So, for example, I think, and I kind of feel like I have to ask for forgiveness, but in grace in this area, because, when he says to me that we're going to do this, that, and the other, to me, it's common knowledge that if, like, for example, there's going to be you want the youth to sing or the youth to do this, he doesn't have to tell me, I'm sorry, I didn't talk to you about putting the youth on program. Well, it was on program automatically. Yeah. Clearly, it's my job. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. And then, you'll come back and say, well, I'm sorry, I didn't talk to them about that. I got to talk to the soprano group that when Mike hit the soprano, ding, 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 right. That's my cue. Right. And, so I don't know if that comes with maturity or training or, to know when it's your cue, because again, we're working with volunteers, but, that's a big part of the pressure. So then when it doesn't come into people, like, oh, you can talk to me about that. Why don't I talk to you? Right. You honestly just asked and answered your own question. But I'll just, okay, I'm going to back you up right quick because you are right. When there are certain things that come up, if you're having a program at your church, it would be stupid, and I don't mean to call nobody, I'm not calling nobody stupid, y'all get me, I'm just talking. For the praise and worship team to say, do we need to do praise and worship? That is that's an automatic opening to your service. So I should not have to come to the praise team and say, praise team, you're on. Don't forget that on Friday night, we're having a program and we need all of you there. Shouldn't have to do that. That's something that should click. Like you said, it should just click. It's an automatic. Does the sound man need to be at the service? Of course.
How do we talk in the mic if sound man don't show up? Everything clicks. That's why I'm trying to get you to understand how important your area of ministry really is. Because you are responsible for not letting your area go lack. And what are you doing that's keeping you so busy that you're doing something else that can't allow you to do what you're supposed to do? What is that all about? Have you ever been so busy doing nothing? I mean, you was really busy. You so tired at the end of the day. You are busy. Somebody asked you at the end of the day, what did you do? I don't know. I've been home all day long. I don't know what. I can't really tell you what it did. Busy doing nothing. And you know why? Because that's a whole nother subject. Because we're not focused. Stay focused is a whole nother subject. Stay focused on that you are supposed to be doing only. Don't worry about everybody else's business. Stay focused on that you're supposed to be doing. That's why it's important to know the vision, stay with the vision, promote the vision. Let me tell you even something else. You may have a desire to do certain things that may not be in the vision of your church. Now, that part gets very, very scary. Because everybody thinks that everybody's church needs to clothe the people that don't got no clothes, feed the hungry, and house the homeless. I agree. Because we are not supposed to stay in the four walls. We are supposed to serve the community. But if a food pantry is not in the vision of this house, and you really want to do food pantry, there are several food pantries in the community that you can go volunteer yourself at and be a blessing to them. You don't have to come in here and be mad because we don't have no room to supply no space for that stale food. Sometimes you have space. Sometimes your space does not accommodate everything you want to do. That's when it's important to collaborate with somebody else. What difference does it make if it only says your name or if you're doing it in the name of the Lord? If you're doing it for God, you can collaborate with two other churches down the street. All you want to do is feed the hungry. All you want to do is clothe the naked. And if it's that heavy on your heart, why are you not doing it by yourself? Why does the whole church have to do it? Why does it have to fall into the vision of your church? Why don't you go get some extra food? Why don't you make some plates and drive around to some of these parks? There are hungry people out there. And I'm not talking about something, I'm just saying we've done it. Oh, yeah, we feed them, we clothe them. But I tell you what, I don't care how often you do it, you can't stop. You can't finish it because the Bible said itself, the poor are going to be with you always. And I think the poor community is getting bigger and bigger by the day. And some of us, and I'm really going to my seat on this one, some of us as leaders are so busy with the outside vision that we don't know that we got some poor in the ministry. We don't have the discernment to know that the person sitting next to you didn't eat before they came to church because they didn't have nothing. We're working on a food pantry and all they need is a hamburger. Uh-oh. Everybody that's broke ain't walking around here looking tacky. And everybody looking tacky and broke ain't broke. Don't judge by what you see. Let God deal with your heart. There were folk in Oakland, there were beggars in Oakland that died rich. Died rich. Woman used to hang out at Quickway. We all gave her money for years. At the end of the day, she'd take her little money and go right on to the bank. We had no idea. Storing up that money. One woman died. She had so much money, it was all in the newspaper. Begging. No, if you're hungry, you go. Hey, okay, I really got to go to my seat. My son LJ, he was in Burger King, and a lady came in, and she looked hungry. She looked cheap. She was dirty, clothes wasn't right, the whole 9 yards. She just stood up there, and LJ said, I'm gonna buy you a burger. He got her burgers, fries, drink, the whole 9 yards, got a little dessert, and he gave it to her. And she said, I want some money. LJ say, you don't need no money, I just fed you. She say, I didn't ask you for no food. And LJ, he has a temper. He literally, my son has a really bad temper. But that day he said, Mom, I had to think about it. She didn't ask me for nothing. She did not ask me for no food. I just gave it to her because I thought she looked hungry. And that's how we are in church. We help those who look like they need help. And we got people that really need help all around us every day. But because they're not begging and won't open their mouth to ask, we don't even know they need nothing. Go to my seat. And some of us are people, and I'm really going to my seat on this statement. Some of us are people that use our money for our wants, and then we ask people for our needs.